With every new Minn Kota QUEST series trolling motor comes this quick start guide to walk you through 4 easy steps to set up your motor before getting out on the water. The first is going to be to download the new One Boat Network app, whether you have an Apple phone or an Android. The first thing we'll do is to show you how to pair the app to the trolling motor itself. For the purposes of today's video, we're going to show you how to pair an Apple device to a Minn Kota Ultrex QUEST motor. The first thing you're going to want to do is to make sure that you've gone into your settings menu and make sure that Bluetooth is turned on and actively seeking for devices to pair to. The next thing we're going to do is go to the trolling motor itself and press and hold the pair button until you hear a tone. Continue to hold that button while your device seeks for the trolling motor. As soon as you see Minn Kota Controller 4.0 show up on the device list menu, you can select that and you'll hear the Minn Kota Ultrex pair to your device. Your device will now say connected. Now, to confirm that your device is actually connected to the trolling motor, we're going to go into the One Boat Network app. We'll launch the app and you're going to get a splash screen that introduces you to all the different options. You're going to go to the motor controls. You press that and you have to agree to the confirmation that you're responsible for the safe operation of your boat, and then that will take you to the actual interface for controlling your motor. We can see we're getting prop speed feedback. The motor says that it's stowed, which it is, so we know that our device is now paired and we're actively communicating to the One Boat Network app. Next, we're going to perform step number 2, and we're going to go into our quick start guide and perform the keel offset procedure. What this does, now with all the new QUEST motors, they have the heading sensor built into the trolling motor itself. So this is going to align that built-in heading sensor to the keel of your boat. So let's walk through those procedures. So to do the keel offset procedure, we've deployed our motor, and now you can see that the head is turned away from being parallel with the keel. So I'm going to steer the motor so that it's as close to parallel to the keel of the motor as I can. And now I'm going to launch the menu key and scroll down to setup and calibration. In setup and calibration, you're going to find keel mount offset. Select keel mount offset, and as long as my trolling motor's head is parallel to the keel, I can press the set button on the app. That is now going to set the straight ahead position for your trolling motor, that it's aligned to the keel. Another feature to be aware of is that since the motor knows what straight ahead is, you can actually go into the menu settings and you can turn on a feature called straight ahead on deploy, so that every time you deploy your trolling motor, as soon as it completes the deploy process, the motor is going to turn straight ahead parallel to the keel setting that you just finished setting. If your Minn Kota QUEST trolling motor comes included with a new advanced remote, you also have the option of setting up the motor settings using the remote itself. So from the home screen, you'll press the menu button. You're going to scroll to motor settings. Then you're going to go to setup and calibration and scroll down to keel mount offset. This is an illustration demonstrating how to perform the keel offset procedure. So you'll press start. Now you can steer the motor left and right to get it parallel to the keel. Once you're there, you go down to set and then press the right arrow key to set the motor parallel to the keel. You've now completed the keel offset procedure. Well, step number 3 on your setup guide, you're going to customize the One Boat Network button on the foot pedal. The 3 options that you can select for that One Boat Network button is autopilot, which comes as the default setting, operating your Minn Kota shallow water anchors, whether they be Talons or Raptors, or if you're connected on the Ethernet to a Humminbird fish finder, you can mark a waypoint using that One Boat Network button as well. In order to set your One Boat Network selection, you're going to open up the app, start the motor controls, go into the menu button, and you're going to scroll down to the Customize the One Boat Network button on your foot pedal option, and you'll see that you have 3 options: mark a waypoint, set autopilot, and deploy, retract, Raptors, or Talons, depending on what you have connected. Next, another way to program the One Boat Network button on your foot pedal is to do so using the advanced remote. You'll go there by selecting the menu button, go down to motor settings, go down to one boat network, and we're going to select the foot pedal. And then we will select one of these three options: waypoint, autopilot, or Raptors or Talons, depending on what you have connected. When you select that, that is what that one boat network button will now operate. The fourth and final step in our quick start guide is to designate the lower unit park position. The Minn Kota QUEST trolling motor gives you the ability to stow your prop orientation either left or right. And the reasons you would choose to do that may differ from allowing your boat cover to fit properly, or in this case on our Minn Kota Ultrex QUEST trolling motor, we have a Mega Live transducer, and we want to make sure that the prop always stows in the right hand direction so that we don't crunch our Mega Live transducer. To complete this process, you're going to launch your One Boat app, you go into your motor controls, and we're going to select the menu option and go down to Setup and Calibration. Inside Setup and Calibration, you'll find Stow Orientation. Select Stow Orientation and you'll see prop right or prop left. In our case, we have ours selected to prop right, and you can select yours differently should you need to. To set the prop orientation on your Minn Kota QUEST trolling motor, go into the menu option, go down to Motor Settings, go to Setup and Calibration, go to Stow Orientation, and now you can choose prop left or prop right. So that concludes the 4 easy steps in our quick start guide for your new Minn Kota QUEST trolling motor. For more information, please refer to your owner's manual or visit minnkotamotors.com for more information.